I was born and raised in Hartford, Connecticut, proudly in the square because it used to be right over there on Coventry Street. That used to be McCook Hospital. I think it's a program over there now. That program they got over there where you turn the bend around Vine Street, Coventry Street. I was born there, so I was born and raised right here in Hartford. My household structure was a combination of mother, father, 6 brothers and 2 sisters. I mean, my parents were the type of parents, like they came from down south. And to me it was like, as I look back now, it was like they wanted a better life. So they had to get from down there where they grew up at, with shit wasn't going in their favor, and move them and their family up here in the north. You know, and we just so happened to end up in Bellevue Square. But I had, see, a lot of people don't know this. But then they found out later on in life, you know, that I had 2 loving, caring parents. You know, Harris and Louise were, they wasn't Splitsville. My parents were together until the day they both died. My parents stayed married till the day they died. You know, both my parents were working class folks, you understand? Came up here. Matter of fact, my father might have had 2, 3 jobs. And my mother might have had 2 jobs. You know what I mean? They believed in, you know, earning a living and taking care of their family. A lot of people wouldn't see that in me, based on the way I chose to live. See, you know, and one thing I always make clear is this here. No matter what I did in life, I could never blame it on my parents and what they tried to install in me. I could never do that. Because, you know, not that everything they was doing was right, like, you know, because my father, you know, coming from down south, you know, he had a little drinking thing going, you know. But my mom, listen, it was like Miss Louise, she could do no wrong, you know. Her house was like the whole project house. You know, if you was out there and you ain't had no, matter of fact, we used to have so many folks live with us, man. It was crazy because my mother used to take in all my sister friends that ain't had no way to go, and possibly my brothers that ain't had no way to go, they friends. So we stayed loaded up, you know, so that was good, you know, and that was always in them too, you know, taking care of folks, man. That was unfortunate, that didn't have, you know, mother and father around, or both, or just had one parent, you know, single parent household, like most of the time it was just the women. You know, they ain't look down on you on that. What they tried to do was help you up from that. That was the kind, you know, that was my parents. That's the love of my life, man. You know, matter of fact, back in a couple of days, about a couple of months ago, for the first time since I've been out, I went to a grave site, me and my ex-wife, you know, and my sister. You know, that's the first time I went there. You know, because when I left in 2002, she passed away in 2004. So, you know, I wasn't out for that day, but I always dreaded, you know, like going to a site, man. But I finally, you know, got myself together to the point where I could get through it. So we went that was months ago. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was this month. I went to a gravesite. Yeah, me and my sister, my ex-wife. Yeah.
God bless your mother, man.
Yeah. Me being around 7 years old, we had this place in the back of Bellevue Square off Winter Street called Bluebells. It was a mattress shop, matter of fact. And we used to go up in Bluebells and slide down the chute and come out the door. You know what I mean? Right now, doing what kids do, but we didn't know that, I guess, we weren't supposed to be in them folks' building. But anyway, we must have got arrested, the alarm or something went off, and we must have been, them folks arrested us, man. Yeah, and took our ass home, or took us down to the police station and made our parents come and get us. And it was documented. So that was the first time I came in contact basically with the police and how they put me, how I got myself into the system. And really never got out, even to this day. Now, coming up, we used to do what most youth used to do, like, or what we used to do, being from the square. In the square, you had the railroad tracks right in the back of it. For some reason, somehow we got interested in going across the street robbing the trains. Yeah. We used to go across the street from Bellevue Square, go over to the trains, break the seals off the trains, open them up, and take the goods that was in it, and bring it back to the square. Now, most of the time, what we was taking was probably like food, stuff of that nature, you know what I mean? And when we did that, 9 times out of 10, we was either selling it or bringing it home. We was doing that. As we came up, regular shit, stealing cars, in the game. Remember it clear as day, like, we had a whole lot of groups, like, seemed like in Bellevue Square, like, the older dudes, or the surrounding areas was like, people like the Black Panthers or Peace Stone Nation, stuff like that, and how I seen firsthand how they, you know, the older dudes used to get together and how that lunch program was put together through breakfast and all that stuff, how they put that together, how they used to take care of us inside that project, how they used to, you know, police Bellevue Square themselves. It wasn't like the police could come in Bellevue Square back in them days and just do what they want like they do now in all these other projects and streets and all that stuff. Now back then, you wasn't doing all that. You know what I mean? You come in armed, they was already armed. You Yeah. Stop you at the gates, brother. You're not on here. We don't need you. We already handled it. Bye. You might want to get up out of here while you can. It was like that back in those days. You know, they may not want to admit it, but you know, that's how it was. The square was like one of them places you couldn't do a whole lot of playing unless it was playing time. You know, when they was about their business, they handled their business the best, as far as I'm concerned. You know, because they had a lot of teachers down there. You know, they had a lot of folks down there that taught you how to survive, how to deal with folks, how to deal with your brothers and sisters, how to deal with the enemy, how to deal with your friends. Johnny Duke was a white man. They had a boxing club down there. You know, right dead smack in Bellevue Square. At the end of the day, put together the best boxers, the best athletes in Connecticut. Yeah. Johnny Duke put together some rumbles. I learned a whole lot of my skills down here at Johnny Duke. Yeah. You know, man, I don't know where I got it from, but it was like I was fighting for a reputation. My own. You know, for some reason, like my older brother, like coming up, all the families down there had little brothers and little sisters. You had older brothers and older sisters. What the older dudes used to do was make the younger dudes, their little brothers, fight for money. It was like we was cockfighting, man. You look at it right now, because they was making bets on us. And my older brother, Jimmy James, listen, he told me, and he used to tell me this religiously, listen, all right, man, time for you to go to war, and after the war, you whoop all these little dudes' ass, and take you downtown, buy you a nice sharp outfit, you can be like me. Now my brother was sharp, anybody take it. My brother was as sharp as they come. And I surely wanted to be like my brother, so therefore, man, I put a whooping on all those dudes, man. Man, I put a whooping on all them little dudes, man, and then, hey, it was like it was just fun. Something that we do, you know. Put it on them when they, you know, listen. When the older dudes come get me, man, listen. Got a young dude, man, we want you to smash. I go and smash, man, they pay me. You know what I mean? Our favorite movie, man, at that time was a movie where one of my main mans got his name from. You know. I don't know where the fuck he got Mark Anthony from. But Mark Hypchild got his name from the movie that me, him, and Cat used to love, Cooley High.
Tell me what did I do wrong to make you stay away so long? 'Cause baby,
That was his name, Cooley High. So that was odd, because it was about three young dudes running around. They weren't really in no gang. They was just going to parties, chasing girls.
Well, y'all don't look like no cops to me.
That's why they hired us, baby, because we don't look like cops.
Having fun, drinking, smoking, you know, being adolescent, man, and one of them just so happened to get killed. You know, dudes killed him behind some BS.
Swish.
But yeah, that was like one of my favorite movies. The other one was Mac. Mac, that joint taught us some old different things, man, about life, man. You know, next thing I know, man, we all gonna be Pennsylvania knuckles.
Hey, bitch, come here. Got your motherfucking man, come here. Mr. Pretty Tony, I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose me. Now, we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you how that got started. A lot of dudes don't tell you this. In our history. Now we had an older version before us. But the one that I was a part of came about after one day. These folks used to come through our projects, right? On their way home to Windsor, going home to the suburbs and all that. And we used to catch them at the light, you know, and open up their doors and just snatch their popcorns. So one day we did that. And it was about 5 or 6 of us. So when we get down in the hallway, we search the pocketbook and all that stuff, you know, and it's like, damn, man, we did all that, man, no money in this joint. Sling the pocketbook away, you know what I mean? And I'll never forget my man Curtis Lockhart, when they picked up the pocketbook that we slung away and went to rambling through it and found a secret compartment. Man, dude pulled out 11 $100 bills. Now, you know what that looked like in 1973? How much money that was, man? That was around 73 or 74. $1,100 bills, man. We looking like, oh shit. And for some reason, while everybody was, you know, after we split up the money, for some reason, I started thinking about what we could do with the money, right? And I always liked my jacket that I got from Johnny Duke when we used to fight down at Dillon Stadium, right? It was gold and black. Now the 20s before us jacket was like black and white. And for some reason I said, man, let's go buy some jackets, man. Start a game. Older dudes that was there, Steve, Babe, you other dudes, Curtis and them, they looking at me like, what's up, man? I said, man, listen, man. Let's start a gang, man. We could be the magnificent 20s, man. During our time coming up as magnificent 20s, no one has ever gotten killed. No, I mean, folks might have died, but it wasn't because of any injuries we caused. We didn't cause their death. People might have naturally died. But that being said, no, we might have whooped your ass.
What's up?
All of a sudden, it was reborn.
Magnificent is about taking care of your community, taking care of your hood, taking care of where you came from.
Brother Kyle, John Warren, John Wilson, all them dudes used to make suggestions to us, you know, because they was community people. They was about they hoods, you know what I'm saying? So they figured, man, y'all got all these jumpers here, y'all control all these jumpers here. Shit, y'all can, you know, they the one that came up with, man, y'all can help some of them, you know. So they started suggesting that we go, you know, trips to schools. Man, we had dancing groups, man, used to go to school, dance for the kids. But if you were magnificent 20, man, you was king.
The magnificent 20s was taking care of their community and everything. The 20s, that's a gang thing. That's a jail gang thing. And
The only relationship was the fact that some of the dudes that were in the magnificent 20s, you know, I felt like, listen, I help you out, They asked me when they wanted to start putting something together in the jails. They wanted to put a gang together. They asked me could they use the name. Man, I told them, nah, can't use the name, man. This is 20. You understand? You know, what you come up with, you can use the back part, but you need to put something else with it. And seeing that y'all really want to just protect each other and make sure everybody all right, because at that time it was the Latin Kings, Solios, all that stuff. And they had the numbers, and they were showing. They were showing their asses when, yeah, you come through them doors. They was taking your stuff. They was going upside your head. They was checking you in. You know.
It started because they was taking niggas sneakers. They was robbing the blacks, storing niggas, raping niggas, cutting niggas up. That type of shit was going on.
They was the big boys on the block, and they was acting like it. So these, you know, dudes asked me, "Hey man, can we do like this here?" I said, "Yeah, you can use that name," but I didn't really feel like I wanted to be a part of that day because, man, I had some other issues I had to deal with. Man, I ain't had time to be all them gangbanging. Man, I gotta fight for my life. Man, them folks trying to lock me up for the rest of my life, okay? I approve, but I told them, you know, me being me, if you ask me for some advice, I give it to you. That's as far as our plan is here. Which, that's what I thought. That ain't last long, you know, because everybody just ain't built to lead. Everybody's not built to lead. I don't know, it just seemed like something I do naturally, you know. But anyway, dudes, I told them how to go about it. Told them get you a charter, put it together, write down some rules, regulations, things like that there. What, you know, the group have to be about, what they stand for, you know. You in, that's it, you know, all that stuff. A little bit down the line, as I was going down the pipe, it was like, come to find out, they didn't know how to do that either. You know, I ended up going to the prison around that time. And when I came through, I asked them, you know, well, let me see the child. They hadn't had it. They never made it. So I'm like, y'all still ain't made no child? Y'all running around here telling my child. Dang, y'all dudes don't even know rules and regulations or what applies to them. And they don't even know what they stand for. Don't forget, you tell them. Before you know, I try to write. I said, but when I write it, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run it by some older dudes than me. Dudes that were before me. They agreed, we implemented this. So I wrote it. I had one of my dudes we call Legal Beagle, you know what I mean, type it up, put it together. At the time, one of my old heads was up there that I know from the square that came up in the gangs and all that stuff. Mean dude, my man Count Lee. I ran it by him, told him read this here. Let me know if you approve, disapprove. Ran it through some other people. Before you know, they said, yeah, that's good work. We implemented that. Made copies for everybody. I need to have this, you need to know this, you need to be about this. That was it. You know, it was
Blacks got tired of that shit, so the blacks started motherfucking the twin love.
It's all about being my brother's keeper, you know, to the truest sense. Because let me tell you something about this so-called gang they call 20 Love, right? I'll tell you something. I don't know how this get by people, but it never got by me. Now I ain't the biggest, you know, thinker in the world all the time. Shit. A lot of times I just act, react, right? But I always thought about this here, right? When they came up with the name 20 Love. I researched it. They got a book called Gangland, right? And in Gangland, not only do they have all the gangs in the United States, they recorded in Gangland every gang that ever existed. This never dawned on people. Do you know the history of man? There was never a gang ever called 20 Love with the name Love in it. No gang in the history of mankind there was ever a gang with the word love in it. That's a fact, brother. It's impossible to be a gang with the name Love. And I explained that, matter of fact, to some other people. They told them to prove me wrong. They couldn't. It don't exist, Chad. There's no gang on earth with the name Love in it. So,
okay, yep.
That tells you right there what the intention was. The intention was based on being a gang and being about violence and recklessness and all that stuff. No. It was about looking out for each other. Because no one else has been looking out for us. There's always everybody else against us. And the only one we got is us.
We are Deuce. And we multiply.
That's what it was about, Chad. Take care of us because ain't nobody else gonna take care of us. So we went about it the best way we knew how. You know, yes, got a little out of hand sometimes. You know, folks gonna sneak through the cracks. It happens with everything. But man, no one can tell me our intentions were to be a gang. And as far as I know, once again, as far as I know, 20 Love ain't never killed nobody. Never. How that happened? All this gang shit going on. You know, she ain't about taking somebody's life, man. I don't believe you got the right to be taking somebody's life. Especially you ain't gave it. Even if you gave it, you don't have the right to be taking nobody's life. And as mean and tough as I am and was, I hold true to that, champ.
Deuce here!
If you fuck with the hood, they'll break you off. Yo, if you fuck with the hood, they'll break you off.
Brother Kyle was in our upbringing, man, from the go, man. That dude just seemed to just be around. Like they started this school over there called SAND. It was SAND. like S.A.N.D. Saying, you know, they started a little school down there for the little black kids, man. And Brother Kyle was one of them dudes. Him, John Wilson, a bunch of other guys, right? Brother Kyle was always just seemed to be somebody that was all the way around. And what Brother Kyle used to do back then was like he was a very peaceful dude. You know, a dude that, you know, not like Martin and them guys, or Brother Kyle was a mix between Malcolm and Martin. In the middle. He wasn't out there teaching violence, but he wasn't out there teaching how to get your ass beat. No. No, we from the square, we need to win. We ain't gonna hurt her, but we gonna hurt her. You know, just don't tell her. Brother God, don't go to school, get an education, try to get a job, or educate yourself, have a better life. That was Brother Kyle teaching. You know, Brother Kyle, he is who he is, man. He, like one of them dudes that you could say is the heartbeat of this city, man. You know, whether you like him or love him. Brother Kyle got on my nerves one day so bad, right? So I still, you know, I was like 13, I still was in the stealing. You know, I steal something in a minute, right? I don't know what it was, man. We broke up in the school, man, and I went in there and stole one of the little projectors. When them projectors, we slide and put the thing, and it's up on the wall, right? I stole that. And I don't know how he found out, don't matter. But he found out I stole it, right? Man, we up in the building one day, man. Oh, Kyle called me out on it, man, like, Nucci, you stole the camera, huh? You need to get that back. I denied. Brother Kyle's like, man, listen, you got the camera. So I confessed, gave it back. Why did I do that? I did that, he wasn't even finished with it. That was just the beginning. Brother Kyle said, Nucci, you ain't gonna be part of this here, man. You out there stealing from the community. So I got a suggestion for you. In order for you to be part of this, you know, you the leader. What it look like the leader? You in here stealing from the kids. I ain't thinking like that. I'm thinking like, man, who you talking to? Man, I'm the leader. You ain't the leader. You know what I mean? Dude, man, like, you stealing from the community. You wrong. He must have came up with a cat's face to go with that shit, man. He said, you a community thief. I said, man, what this dude talking? He said, in order for you to be still part of this game, matters to 2020, bro, you're gonna have to wear a sign that says, I am a community thief. Man, I looked at dudes like, man, you done lost your mind. God, you done lost your mind now. What do you mean? Where son? Man drove a big old sign and had "I am a community thief" on it. Man, I'm looking at Calvin like, man, this motherfucker wrong here. Now he wrong as hell, man. We talking about we wearing a sign, the president, talking about we're a sign, I'm a community thief. Everybody just laughing at me, this, that. But something inside of me said, I'm not leaving this game. I'm not giving up my position just like that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buckle down, man, and get me some motherfucking humility. Never heard of the word. But I knew it. Looking back, that's what I did. I said, you know, I'm gonna allow this shit to humiliate me, man. Because that's what it's doing, and I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Because I'm not willing to give up my position. So I said, F it. I put the sign on. Then I went to telling myself some crazy shit in my head, like, and if I catch somebody laughing, I'll beat their ass. You know what I mean? Man, you can't do that. You wrong. Yeah. Okay, just wait a second. I wore the sign, man. I said, man, I'm gonna wear this sign, man. Hold my head out, man. Just say, man, it is what it is. They was a little older than us, so we was trying to figure out, man, shit, we ain't got no problem with them dudes. Them community dudes. Most of the time, so what's the beef with them? We ain't never really had no beef with them. So I looked at them as like, when you call it now, like you know, a black activist group. They wasn't they wasn't doing no gang banging and all that shit, man. Them dudes was about their people in the community, trying to uplift the community. And if you was in there fucking up, then they probably wanted to go upside your head. And that's how it went. The biggest battle that I accomplished is kind of simple. I realized, man, that I needed help, champ. But I was always afraid to ask for help, champ. Outside of life, even within my family. Man, I don't know what it was. I just wasn't one of them people to ask for someone else's help. But I'm finding out, man, it's all right to ask for help, man, if you need help, man. You know? Because most of the time when I didn't ask for help, when I tried to solve a problem, it didn't go right. Things just didn't go right. The drug game today, man, is like, you got a bunch of mad scientists, man, just mixing up shit, man, and they a whole lot of people just doing it. I remember them days when I was in active addiction, man. How I used to have to wake up, man, wondering how I'm gonna get my next fix off, man. Or who gonna get hurt. Trying to prevent me from getting that next hit off, man. Cause out there in that game, it was kill or be killed. I didn't care. I didn't care at all. You know, what was going on. If you got it, I wanted it. Didn't care too much about how I went about going to get it. You know, I used to be a robber. I used to be a little bit of everything. So it's like, you know, one of the things that really got me from here to there was the fact that, you know, going through the process in this program that I was in, because I graduated. I became part of the membership of Narcotics Anonymous, because first thing I had to do was admit the fact that, man, I'm an addict. You know, you couldn't pay me back in the day, or just a little while ago, a couple of years ago, sit before you and say that I was a drug addict. How could you be afraid to tell the world that you was a drug addict when, man, you done did every drug known to man? You know, until you didn't like it no more. You know, but the ones you like, you continue to do them damn near until you was dead, locked up, or in an institute. You wasn't afraid to tell them anything else about you. So you want to tell them that too. In Narcotics Anonymous, they teach you that. See, and I never used to be about, you know, like I said, Chad, I've always been afraid to ask for help until now, you know. But as I came out of that show and I asked for help and I received it, you know, I found out asking for help wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. You know, because all during this process, man, and going through my situation in court, out on the streets, once again, I never asked anyone for help until my last arrest. On my last arrest, I never get. I was in the house. 30 agents came and got me, brought me to court, took me out of the house, brought me to court, and I was there that morning getting the rain. Unbeknownst to me, it was like 15 people up in the courtroom there to support me, my wife, my family, my friends, you understand? You know, I'm talking about people I expected something, but I didn't know they was gonna be there that morning. And when my attorney said to me, she said, listen, your family out there and friends and they said, man, you need help. Shit. I looked at her like, who you telling? You right, I need help because this is it. They probably never see me again. Anyway. When she told me what they was trying to do, get me in a program, something hit me and said like, you know what, man? All during this time, man, you've been doing the time and all that. You know, ain't nobody never asked me, man, if I needed no help, and I ain't never asked nobody for help once again. So, as I was thinking about that, I remember, because I was one of them dudes that like to watch the news, right? I remember watching the news one day when they passed that bill where they put $6 billion into opioid abuse and mental health. Why they did it, that's for another day. But they did it. You understand? And what that was telling me was like, this shit is getting serious. You know what I mean? Folks out there, ODing left and right, the whole nine. It's getting serious. It's having an effect on where the United States government is, to me, seriously trying to do something now. You know, instead of just locking folks up all the time, You know, they trying to get them some help out of it. That being said, it hit me that at no time in my life did anybody ever offer to give me any help as far as drug abuse and mental health, because if anybody needs some help, it's me. I said it's me. Nobody never offered me no help, and I never asked for no help. So when I'm standing there in front of my attorney, I figure one thing be true. I'm done right now. And if I'm going to be done, I'm going out on my terms, not nobody else's terms. This is my life. I told my attorney, let me handle this. I'm going to speak to the judge. I would advise that Mr. Dillon, listen, I understand what you're saying. I'm not here to incriminate myself. I just need to tell what's happening to me. Okay, I did that. I spoke on all that. I spoke on never being in the program in my life. I spoke on never asking for a program in my life. And I spoke of no one never offering me a program in my life. You know, and if anybody think you can sit in jail or be incarcerated for 35 plus years and nothing be wrong with you mentally, then I would tell them, then you try it and then you find out. Yeah, something's wrong with me. You know, so I had the combination of both of those illnesses. You understand? Now I asked the court, now what y'all gonna do about that? Because the only thing I ever got when I came through these doors, I told them was time. Nothing else. And I did my time. Judge took a recess, went in a chamber, came out of the chamber, told my probation, you need to find this man dead. And I'm going to conclude that right there by saying the rest of history. Here I am today. You know, that was in 2017. Here I am today. So, you know, it helps. Asking for help, not being afraid to ask for help. You know, humbling oneself, you know, to really wanting to stop doing what I was doing, you know, being a product of recidivism, you know, in and out of jail, round, going in the same circuit, being part of that connection. I didn't want no more of that. So, the first thing, you know, you learn in you got to be willing and able to accept change within oneself. It starts with oneself. You know, no one can change you if you don't want to change. No one can better your life if you don't strive to better your own life. Man, like my brothers, right? My brother Larry, they used to call him Big Money Bunny. My brother Big Money Bunny used to, you know, do what they call like hustling out his trunk. You know, he used to sell merchandise, you know, and he got a lot done selling that merchandise. You know, he ain't had to steal no more, he had to break in no more, he didn't do none of that. He just was going to buy and sell. And a few times when I was out during those times, he showed me how he was doing what he was doing. You know, and I never forgot it. You know, in the long run, you understand, my brother accumulated, you know, enough to the point where he not only he brought one house, but he brought two. And some. You know? Yeah. So, me being the person that I am, in our family, you know what I'm saying, I always did what my big brothers did. You know, they taught me everything, the good and the bad. You know, and one thing they taught me, and one thing I always remember was I was a good salesman. You know what I mean? So, Therefore, that's what I like to do. I said, hey man, why not do something that you like? I mean, something that you're good at. I mean, there's things in life that you're good at. So, you know, what I did was, I made up my mind and I said, you know, what I'm not gonna do, I'm not going back to selling no drugs. If I get some drugs in my hand, I'm gonna use it. As much as I say I don't want to, I know the fact of the matter is if I put drugs in my hand, I'm gonna use it. So I don't want to come nowhere near drugs. You know, so all I did was, basically, I said, okay, I went from one product to another. You got people out in the streets that still play in the streets, that work the streets. What they call their products is non-common. I turned it around. My product is merchandise. Sell the merchandise the way you would sell drugs. Aggression. Get on it like you used to get on it when you were selling drugs and using drugs. Be aggressive. Go for it. You know, do what it takes to get the job done. Everything short of it being illegal. Don't lie. You ain't doing nothing illegal. I even got to the point where I went and got the license, everything, registered. You understand? You had to save some money. You know, you're working towards your own business, and you take care of your family. And stay out of jail. Man, this is the most peaceful I've ever been in my life, man. I'm talking about my spirit, man. You know, they need to really just hear the truth, man. You know, the truth of the matter is that, you know, you ain't tough, man, because you got a gun. A gun don't make you tough, man. You ain't tough because you know how to use a knife, a bat, and all these items as weapons, you know, mass destruction. You know why you're not tough, man? Because, you know, it's like you believe in, you know, getting through the war at all costs and this and that. No, that's not a true belief, man. You know, yeah, back in the days they had weaponry and all that there. But man, why do you think, right? Why do you think that the heavyweight champion was one of the always the most admired men on the planet Earth, like other than the president or something like that, a sports figure, a man that, you know, people that know how to use their hands, you know, it's man on man, man against man. Not gun against gun, man against gun. Those things were not built for you to win. You know, or to shoot you. You don't know if you're going to win that battle. The battle is out of your hands now. Now it's in the doctor and God's hands because you got to come through and put your ass back together. And if that don't work, you dead and stinking. That's it. So who really wants to go into that arena? That ain't where you're supposed to be. You know, if you got a problem with man and this man should take care of it. You ain't gotta get violent. You ain't gotta cause nobody no harm or nothing like that. So, you know, that's the way I'm trying to live, man. I'm trying to live my violence, crime, negativity, all that stuff free. Now that I ain't loading myself up with that garbage, man, you know how good I feel, man, to be able to sit here and talk to this young man, about, you know, what I've been through, what I'm going through now, man, and hope that the next generation, man, see something like this here, man, and get something out of it, man. And because if I can just say one life, two life, whatever, that's what I'm here for. That's what God brought me back for, man. Freed me up for, man. To save somebody's life, man. He saved mine. That's it. That's the story, man. Now, it being so many, you know, I know they know who they are.
In this area until 345
because the majority of them, you know, they still here. They still in my life. My true friends never left. They've always been here. My family here. Immensely, man. I'm talking about, man, champ. Until a couple years ago, man, you know, I ain't never even had a picture of me and my family. I never was around. They never took any with me during all those holidays and all that stuff. Until like 2016, man, Thanksgiving, man, was the first time I had a family picture with my whole family out my cousin's house on Thanksgiving, man. I said, man, this is crazy, man. I never had pictures growing up, man, of me and my family and stuff that I can put my hands on. So, you know, I thank them on a daily basis all the time because they with me at all times. Wherever I'm at, that's where they are. Because we always in touch with each other. They always there for me, man. They show me real love, man. Don't nobody love me more than my family. And that's the greatest feeling on earth, man. You know, they do any and everything for me, man. You know, and then I got like my real friends, my boys, they know who they are, you understand? They just there. You know, I neglected, you understand, coming up, man, just looking at all that and seeing all that, man, but I see it now, man, and you know, most of all, man, you know, it's like, I thank God Almighty, man, for just having mercy on me, man, and forgiving my sins, and, you know, and giving me another chance, man. You know, taking me under his wing, man, directing my life, man. You know, I still make mistakes. But they ain't as bad as they used to be, man. You know, the mistakes I make sometimes now is like they're not intentional. You know, I still have a reckless mouth sometimes. You know, sometimes I still say things, man, that probably can harm people when I ain't got no business, man. But I know how to go back, man, and apologize, man, and let it be known, man, that I'm sorry. You know, and I didn't mean no ill will, no intent. Oh my God, go away, man. That's
I think that's a tornado one.
Do something like that. They go 200, 300. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know, so, you know, I call them my team, man. You know, my team know who they are, man. You know, the ones I want around me, love to be around me, I be around them. Even if we ain't around each other, man, they know who they are, man. You know, from my heart, man. You know, we used to do like this, do, you know what I mean? 20 love, man, listen. That real love, man, you know, they know I love them, and I thank them with everything in me, man. Thank you, champ, you understand, for doing what you do. You know, from the first time we met, man, you know, I seen something in you, young fella, that said, man, you know, this dude here, man, is the kind of examples we need in our communities, man. Somebody that ain't scared to tell the truth, show the truth, and be about the truth. You know what I mean? You know, and get it out there. You know, see, a lot of people don't know. Just getting it out there, you know, it takes a lot of work, time, and energy. You understand? But he put in that work, that time, that energy, and he get out there. That's what you call being of service, man. I'm talking about, see, you service something and someone greater than yourself. It ain't all about you. It's like, you know, our future leaders, man, our people. That's what you stand for when I see you. You know, somebody, man, that you know, truly loves people, man, and don't want to see them going through what they going through and trying to help them. That's a great thing, man, and you're a great warrior, bro. Believe me when I tell you. You know, I don't tell a lot of people that. I don't do no whole lot of patting on the back. But man, you don't get, like, for those you've been in the midst of, man, you don't get nothing but love. You don't get nothing but love, man. We love you, man. Real time, big time. You know. And anybody that know, I say that, I mean it. You know what I mean? Because I just finished standing for some of my fallen soldiers, man, over the weekend. Big toe, big red beef. Shouldn't have to see our soldiers, man, like this here, man. But they didn't grab hold to what was happening. So we gotta continue on, man, in their honor, man. You know, do the best we can at all times. And hope that the ones that come behind us, man, pick that up. Like they picked up all that other stuff. Pass the time, man. Keep it moving forward. Yeah. That's what we used to call one love, 20 love. That's it, one love, man. That's it. You know, do, big, don't need that. No, one love. Man, we love everybody one way. Shit.